How's it going, guys? This is the second video for the Android Adultery series. Today I want to talk about navigation. I've spent my full time on this Nexus 4. Before I was on a Nexus 1 and an iPhone because I couldn't transfer my number over. But now I'm full time on Android. And just wanted to kind of share some of my further thoughts and some of the things I've been noticing just from a day-to-day usage. I wanted to talk about navigation today, getting through the Android OS compared to iOS. And there's some things that really kind of took me by surprise and that I've been enjoying and realizing some of really the shortcomings of iOS. A lot of this has to do with some of the navigational affordances that are available. So in Android, there's a device level navigation that's persistent throughout your experience in every app. And then they have their patterns and the way you're supposed to get throughout the UI in an app. And both of those areas allow for different ways to move throughout the OS. And kind of really the biggest thing that it's really simple, and it doesn't seem like it would be a game changer, but there's a simple back button in the bottom left corner that's always persistent throughout your phone experience. And anytime you hop from one app to another, you can hit back and get back to the previous app you were at or to the previous place you were just using. So this seems very obvious, but there isn't a way to do that in iOS. In iOS, you're in an app, you'd have to go to the multitasking drawer or go back to your home screen, find the next app you want to move to. And we multitask so much now when we're going from calendar to email to Twitter to Instagram, to your calculator, wherever you're going, you're always hopping in and out of apps. And I find that becomes very cumbersome in iOS when you have to double tap a home button to get to multitasking or go back to a home screen, open a drawer, find another app. And so that simple feature, that being able to hop back to the previous app inside Android has really been awesome. I've really been enjoying that. And that's just the device level navigation. It's right here always at the bottom of your thing. There's also your home button and multitasking. The multitasking is also nice because it's just one simple tap. You see all the open apps you can hop back over versus like a double tap on the home button with iOS. They're all very simple, really small differences, but when you get into the everyday, app usage that especially that I use on a day-to-day basis, Android really is quicker to get around throughout the apps, and I've really been enjoying that. The other really cool thing, and I'm going to get into it in more depth in a future post, is the notifications. But if I get a notification for an email or something, I pull it down my notification drawer, I can navigate to that action item. And when I get there, Android has an affordance called the up affordance, and it's in the top left corner, usually by the app icon. At first, when I was trying to explain this in the post and the text, and I'm terrible at writing, so that's why I'm doing a video to explain it better. Hopefully, it makes sense. But there's this up affordance, and at first I thought it just functioned like a back button also. But there's some very specific interactions and patterns that Android has outlined, and the Android team has done a great job on their developer site explaining those design patterns. But that up affordance goes up in a hierarchy of an app, just like you would hop from a child page to a parent page, like in breadcrumbs on a website. So if I pull down my notification bar, go to a certain email, and I hit that up affordance, I'm going to go to my main inbox or to the previous conversation in that thread. Rather than if I was hit back, I would go back to my home screen to the notification center. And this becomes really nice when you're navigating from your notification bar. And I've realized that on Android, I've started really navigating from my notifications rather than from my home screen. I rarely go to my home screen to find an app. And it's very nice to do that, and I feel like iOS kind of failed on their implementation of the notification bar because they're just kind of there and you kind of close them out one by one. I feel like there's limited functionality there, and they missed an opportunity to provide a way for users to get to a deeper part of the UI without having to go to the home screen, find an app, open the app, and navigate to that thing. So yeah, there's just little things like that I didn't think were going to make a big deal, and initially were somewhat confusing and frustrating from an iOS perspective, but knowing them better now, and making it a part of my regular workflow has really made me rethink like how people can get throughout a phone UI or through a tablet UI. And you know, I think Android did a lot of thinking about this, and I think that some of their solutions really make a lot of sense. So I've outlined kind of some of these things and gave some visuals in this post. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if it makes any sense. I'm gonna try and do a screen capture also of kind of the interactions. I think I can do that on Android. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think. This has really been important for me as a designer, as I'm designing UI and designing, you know, some of the visuals, understanding how an Android user would actually interact with this versus an iOS user. I'm really learning a lot, and I really recommend that other designers out there, if you're designing multi-platform, you're not just designing iOS apps. This, for me, this is huge, and I'm having a good time talking about a lot of coworkers with it. So I highly encourage it. It's somewhat stressful and frustrating at points because it is uncomfortable, but I feel like I'm being stretched and understanding the mobile space better. So once again, I'm going to try and be posting these more. I'm actually stoked that I'm doing this more than just once and actually doing what I said I was going to. But let me know what you guys think. Feel free to hit me back if you have any questions or if you have comments or if you think this is completely irrelevant. I hope somebody's actually learning or growing from this as I am. But yeah, I will see you guys soon, and thanks for watching.